my immediate thought when we finished this, because obviously we had Tokyo Tower this time, which was really like took a whole lot of time to get. Geeks Plus spent a lot of time negotiating with Tokyo Tower, because apparently you can't just have money and rent out Tokyo Tower. There needs to be like a reason, like a special cause. And so obviously you'd think, oh well, it's just charity. Not quite. Like we had to actually like really like with the help of Geeks and with the Immune Deficiency Foundation, kind of like pitch why it was a good reason.
Right.
And luckily they were like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Then you have to pay Tokyo Tower, and then we had help with one of the things in Tokyo Tower Red. Who I don't know if you've ever been there. Have you seen this thing in Tokyo Tower? It's kind of nuts.
I have, yeah.
They had kind of helped us do that, so that was really fun. And then we had like a whole like a marathon-esque finish. We had like the gates. And then we had like the interview stage with all like the sponsors.
The interview stage looked lit.
Yeah.
It was so well done. I was so nervous because I kind of trusted Geeks to do it, because I was cycling and I tried to do as much of the stuff as I could before I left. But as we were getting closer and closer to the date, I hadn't really heard anything about what was happening. So I was like, do we have like a stage? Do we have like microphones? Like what's happening? They're like, yeah, we can get a microphone. It'll be sorted. Don't worry. And then I was like, Chris, what are we going to talk about? I was like, okay, we'll just do like 30 minutes. We'll chat. We'll do speeches. We'll say thank you. And then we'll just do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything. I knew there was going to be a gate. I knew there'd be a stage. I knew a microphone. But then when everyone had like these party poppers and everyone came out, there was so many people. It was awesome. It was like, it was perfect.
Yeah,
it was such a cool
what
ending.
An ending.
So worth thinking about doing that and having that epic like conclusion, because obviously the ones before it, we would just go to McDonald's and then we would just end the stream.
It's pretty epic.
It was kind of cool.
That's pretty epic by itself, to be fair.
I mean, it had its own charm in its own way, because it was kind of like we just did this crazy thing and then we just sit and eat a bunch of fast food.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool in its own
It's
way.
a reward you got, you know?
And
That's
that was
like the after credit scene.
Yeah, it's literally just the after credit scene. But I think having that amazing like epic end really helps, like kind of, I don't know, give it finish the emotional journey.
Yeah,
especially when this one was 2 weeks long.
Yeah.
You know, because the last one was 9, and the extra 5 days, I think really, you know, it's something that like, I realize I watch like AGGQ when that's on, right? And I sit down, every day I make time to watch that. And that's like a week long or something, or a week and a half. Like 2 weeks is a long fucking time.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
It is. To do something. And so I think that's also why the donations, you know, the last day was so many people giving, you know, $25, $50, whatever amount, because I think that people had been watching it. And this is just my thought. I don't know if it is true. The people that have been watching it for 2 weeks, and they're like, you know what, fuck it. I'll give 25.
Well, I'm sure they also had like that emotional attachment as well, because I think everyone who was watching it wanted to see it go up to that million. You know,
I think so
like,
too. Yeah, especially when
everyone like banded together and was like, okay, we have a common goal that will
Yeah.
make this whole experience worth it for Connor and everyone involved, is to just like get it to that milestone. And yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's been really awesome and really cool to see, because I think with it being also just totally community driven, like there was no like big daddy corporate sponsor that was throwing down cash. Like it was literally just, you know, and it wasn't like a majority of like big streamers giving all the money. It's like, it's literally just people who were very generous and gave what they could. And it really felt, I don't know, it felt really special. It was really cool. And I mean, my immediate thought after I did it was, how the fuck do I ever top this? How do I have that streamer and the YouTuber brain of like, oh God, I have to do better than this.
I just hit peak.
Do you want to do a cyclothon 4?
But like, even like any kind of emotional high like that,
yeah.
or like
of
an
course,
event, or like, but like, do I want to do a cyclothon thought? That's a great question. Something, I think that me and Chris just have so much fun cycling that like, even if it like wasn't as grandiose, I think we would still do it, just because we're like, I think we really enjoyed the idea of just getting to banter and exercise for like however many days.
And you honestly get to see Japan in the best way possible.
As me and Chris have said, like like cycling in Japan is such a cool way of doing it. I would also recommend e-bikes for most people. I don't think you need to go through the pain and suffering, because like some parts of Japan are unavoidable mountain ranges. Like there's just a big mountain that separates Nara and Osaka. Nara and Nagoya. And Nara and Osaka both have but like it's just like ridiculous. So I'd say rent an e-bike or get an e-bike and just it's amazing because you can easily cycle from like there's always a town within like 50 to 70 kilometers of another town. So you can easily do that and see some beautiful sights.
Get some padding on that seat.
Yeah. And, yes.
Get
And
some
also
padding.
get a big boy seat, get an e-bike, and then you can easily get like mount your bags to the back.
Yeah.
And you know, booking business hotels in Japan is super easy to do the day of. So if you want to stay somewhere the night of and then be like, nah, it's raining, I don't want to cycle today, you know, or maybe get a train, you know, stuff like that. There's always like, I think cycling through Japan is just the best way to see Japan.
Yeah.
Especially the kind of routes that we did. That first like 10 days is so actually all of it's really beautiful. Just avoid Nagoya. just cut out Nagoya and it's the most beautiful thing ever. Like even
I mean, it's kind of difficult because it's literally smack bang in the middle.
it sucks, man. It sucks so much to cycle. It's no fun to cycle.
Yeah.
But everywhere else was so stunning and had so many like cool charms. Kobe sucked though too because it's just literally one giant mountain. You go down and then one giant mountain to get out.
It's a lot of valleys. Yeah.
It's just so many valleys and it was just not fun. We made some cool friends. We met some like even in like Himeji around that area and Osaka, all the people, the locals were like super cool and would talk to us. Made a friends with the cyclist while we were waiting for red lights in Osaka.
Oh, I saw that clip.
He was so
Yeah.
chill. I was like, I hate these red lights. He's like, yeah. He's like, where you going? We're like, Osaka City. He's like, I'm going there too. So every red light we would talk. And then afterwards he was like, you know what? I'll just direct you guys. We're like, follow me.
hell yeah.
Then at one point, Chris's GoPro fell off and we lost him and he waited for us.
Oh,
And then he was just like chatting with us the whole time. We were like, yeah, we're streaming. And he was like, dude, that's sick.
That's
He
so
was
nice.
awesome. Yeah. He was really cool. It was just really awesome. Like getting to cycle, stop at cool restaurants,
Yeah.
meet cool people. It was just awesome. And I think that for that reason, I think I would definitely do it again. I don't know if I'll ever be able to like do it like that again.
Did you ever consider doing it in like a different country?
That's the next question, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
how do you
Maybe
like,
across like Europe or some shit?
Yeah,
'Cause some countries are not.
just avoid the Alps.
Yeah.
I'm sure like Denmark through like Netherlands, Germany, that would
Yeah.
probably be a nice route.
Yeah, because it's like built for cyclists.
Yeah.
I love the way.
I think the only concern is that I would like need to test internet somehow. Like I'm pretty confident now that I can rock up anywhere in Japan.
Yeah, definitely
I'll
not
have
UK.
internet.
UK is just
Dude,
like
yeah.
not well connected.
People are like
at all.
Wales Cyclethon. I'm like, oh yeah, great. You'll see 5 minutes of it. Like, no, you won't. You know what I mean? Like it's the internet's so bad in certain parts of Europe. I'm sure Netherlands, Denmark, and all those places would be great.
Yeah.
Germany probably fine. So I think
Yeah.
like maybe I just would need to figure out a way to test the internet and make sure I have enough internet devices for the whole time.
Yeah.
That don't get like throttled into oblivion.
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and I think for that reason I'll probably end up doing another one. But I've already told people I'm like it might not be as big. Like this,
Yeah.
this thing was crazy. Like
Yeah.
this was a lot.
Yeah.
And I also didn't lose weight.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
So I did a full body and fat test before I left. Admittedly, there were two different machines. I don't know if the different machines have different testing methods, so I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
But I lost 3 kilograms of muscle, and I actually no, did I lose or gain I think I lost 1 kilogram of body fat as well.
Okay.
No, I gained 1 kilogram of body fat.
Wait.
Yeah, I lost 3
Isn't it-
kilograms of muscle and gained 1 kilogram of fat.
What is going on?
How is it not the other way around?
Yeah.
Dude, you'd think so,
You
but
think it'd be like you gain more muscle in your legs
I think
and
my
like lose
legs
the
are
body
already
fat.
yoked. So I don't think it helped at all. And I think I was literally just doing like cardio. And I think because I was doing so much, I noticed as well that my Fitbit, my calories was way less than last cyclethon on average.
Oh.
Because I think I would gotten just generally fitter.
Right.
And so I was using less energy. I was also trying to be as efficient as possible when cycling because I didn't want to tire myself out.
Sure.
So I think, yeah, that's why. And I definitely ate a lot because I just didn't want to be tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember last cyclothon, I definitely didn't eat enough. And there were some days where I felt just exhausted.
Right.
Yeah.
And I never felt that this time. So I guess I just overate.
Damn.
Also my butt, like you mentioned the butt pain.
Yeah.
My butt, like the area where I would sit, it's like specifically there's like two circles on my butt where I would always sit. It's like sandpaper.
Yeah. Because I
Like
asked
the skin had been like sanded down.
I asked
So it didn't hurt.
I asked Connor on like the first day. It's just like, you know how guitarists get calluses?
It's kind of like,
they
my
Fingers. I'm
Do
like,
you have a calloused ass?
I'm like,
Basically.
how long does it take before I get a callus asked?
3 cyclothons. The first 2, my butt hurt all the time. And this time, it didn't hurt at all. Honestly, the only thing that started hurting towards the end was my hands, which didn't normally happen either.
Right.
But now my palms are really like fucked.
callous, yeah.
Yeah, they're like really like built. My neck has always been fine too.
Yeah.
Your body's pretty good at remembering like not hurting. Well, if you've done it a bunch.
Yeah, of course.
Your body has probably like the weirdest fucking build now where it's like specked into like all your legs and your ass.
Dude, I noticed when I was walking after the cyclothon that my inner thighs would rub against each other a little bit more, and I have to like take a wider stance while walking. But I try to keep up with the exercise, but the last few days I've just been eating and drinking a bunch with friends. So,
and now that we're in Australia, that's going to continue.
Oh god.
so I've just any potential fitness gain that I already had, which was 0 apparently. Apparently I gained weight. It's gone now. So great, lovely, so good. But it was definitely worth it. And
Good stuff.
it's good as
stuff.
well because I've been working with the charity as well, the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I've been on. I before this, I have a call with them like every month, where we would just go over what they're doing, what the plan is to do with the money, how can I help more. It's been really great because like I think that as a YouTuber, the way I used to raise money for charity back when I was like, I don't know, like 21, 22, I would just kind of raise money. I'd be like, I hope it's working.
Right,
You know what I mean? I'd be like,
yeah.
everyone says this charity's good. And I'm just like, I'd be like, I kind of felt, I had this weird epiphany. I was like, I'm asking people to give money and I don't really know where it's going.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand what kind of impact
What you're
it's
raising
making.
money for.
Yeah, so it was really helpful this time, especially because I think also that's a problem when you work with really big charities, is that it's kind of hard to talk to someone and kind of have a bit more transparency. But the Immune Deficiency Foundation is a bit of a middle-sized charity, so they're a bit more open, and I can talk with them and have a bit more of a friendly relationship with them. And so that's been really cool seeing where all the money's going. And they're so sweet. They sent me like a bunch of videos from kids who they really know how to tug my heartstrings. A bunch of kids that were like really into streaming, who got to like, so a lot of the money that goes to flying out like doctors to raise awareness, because the primary immunodeficiency and CVID are like really like unknown diseases in terms of awareness. And you have to, like, I didn't realize a lot of the money goes towards telling doctors like, hey, you should be like looking out for this,
Right.
because
Yeah,
doctors just aren't thinking about testing. So a lot of them get flown out to these conventions, but they also fly out patients to meet other patients, because it's very lonely, and to also get to speak with doctors and specialists in the field. And so they give like scholarships to kids and patients who to go to these conventions to do it. And got videos from some kids that really love streaming and were like, thank you, Connor, for raising money. Your money directly allowed me to go to this. And I was like, God damn it. If they're trying to secure me to raise money for them, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But no, it's really sweet. I send the messages back. Then even these kids are trying to fundraise, and they're like 10 years old and they're trying to fundraise. I'm like, you should be,
fuck yeah,
you
man.
should be worried about like which game you're going to complete next, or like, do you play Pokemon Red or Blue? Like, this is not. You should not be concerned with fundraising. But it's so sweet they're doing that.
Red
So.
or blue? What is this, 96?
That was I remember distinctly when my parents, I had to be like, do I want Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green?
Yeah.
And then I asked for both. And I don't know why. But I love those games so much.
Hell yeah.
That's been the main thing that I've been up to.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 2 weeks of this past month.
I know. Yeah, fucking yapathon over here. But it was definitely like one of the best things I've ever done. And I think
Fuck yeah.
it was by far an improvement on the other 2 cyclothons in every way possible. Because, like when Ludwig does events and stuff like that, I speak a lot a bit about it. He doesn't like repeating events. He always wants to do something new. But I think if sometimes you do an event that's great and you're like, I think I know how you can just make this better in a way that will make it like so much more impactful.
Yeah.
And I think that this is definitely an example.
Also, you just enjoy cycling. So
I also
Yeah.
just like doing
you just
it.
like cycling, I think.
And it's like, it's kind of crazy because we've been doing the big productions with the Trash Taste Hawaii special. And
Yeah.
I've done some of my own big shows. We did the charity auction. And I just kind of like, it's kind of a weird event that's such a big event that is just so simple. It's literally just me with an IRL backpack on a bike.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. But it has like such a profound impact and I think viewers really enjoy it. And it's just so easy.
Yeah, I mean we've had
it's the charm,
we've had all different stages
Yeah,
of
we tried
like,
everything. Yeah.
of like production from like small and scuffed to the Hawaii special, which hopefully you guys have watched. Maybe it's still age restricted. Maybe they've
not.
edited
Maybe we
out.
fixed it by then.
Maybe they've
know.
edited out my fucking cock, my speedo cock that we think got it age restricted. But that was like by far the biggest production we've ever done. We
Yeah.
had, which of course that has to be the one that got age restricted. But like
Thanks,
3
YouTube.
individual film crews following us around everywhere we go, professionally, and that was like a whole team. Getting like for just one day,
This is
just
so
following
many people
us-
behind the
just
camera.
following us around Hawaii.
Yeah, it was like a crew of like 15.
Yeah. Crew of
It was
like
like
15
20,
people.
25, dude,
Yeah,
altogether. Yeah, it was a lot of
Not
people.
including like the pre-planning and like pre-production.
Exactly.
Yeah, we spent like fucking half, like maybe like a quarter of the year's Patreon budget on just like that one video.
Yep.
Which was
So
insane to do.
thank you, patrons.
So thank you very much, patrons, for like giving us the chance to do this, and it still be demonetized and age restricted, and we'd be like, okay, thank God we got the patrons.
Yeah, thank God.
But yeah, like that was such an interesting experience just to see what a actual professional production is like as well. That is scheduled, managed, and just has such a massive production crew. And on the other side of it, sometimes you have one guy with a backpack, and that's all
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like now that I've done everything, it's not like one. You can't really say that one production is better than
No,
another
yeah.
production. They both have different strengths, different charm.
It
to
also
as
totally
well.
depends on the idea as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
it
the actual
totally depends on
core
the
of the
idea.
video. Sometimes simple is best, and then other times you're like, all right, in order to like fully maximize this idea,
Yeah.
we got to go big or go home. You know?
Yeah.
The only like thing that we did that was kind of cool tech wise was that figured out how to send a drone live feed to the stream.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So
that's
occasionally we could, but it was kind of choppy. But
Right.
Yeah.
we could
As it is.
Occasionally we had a drone POV on the stream.
Hell
which was
yeah.
really,
Oh, that's
which was
cool.
really fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know that there's some other ways to make it look better, but I don't mean either way. It still wouldn't be a production, right? Like,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
never be that. I think it's better not being that. I think being able to follow the journey is what's
Well,
important.
it's insane just to think about how much YouTube production has evolved,
Changed,
even
yeah,
in the
yeah.
time that we've been like doing YouTube productions. We've gone from a time when I've had to convince Joey to get an editor to have to. Do you remember that, Joey? Do you remember that?
That was in Singapore, right?
Yeah. Well, Joey,
remember.
I think you should get an editor, Joey, to now. Like
Yeah,
running-
Garn couldn't fucking believe. He was like, you still edit your own videos after however many years? And I was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, what's the problem? And then, yeah, he convinced me. And then Moodon joined. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
no, it is true. Like, it's just crazy thinking that, you know, like getting a microphone that's like better than a Blue Yeti was like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
like high production shit. So now
Yeah.
it's like, you know, yeah, the stuff that we did on the Hawaii special, for instance, which is like 15 camera people and a bunch of other teams and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting learning experience for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, I think we are very, you know, honored and like in a privileged position to be able to even like try, you know,
Yeah.
to do that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right? But yeah.
But I think it's important to like, I don't know, it's always like a balance to like, as a YouTuber, you feel like, but sometimes I like the scuffed, you know, sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes having like a professional production, which is cool for like certain projects, but sometimes going back to your roots and just have like filming shit on your phone or some shit like that, you know, there is a certain
Yeah.
charm
I mean,
of that.
phones
Totally.
are so good now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
honestly,
they are,
it's like-
they are.
It's really, honestly, YouTube, it's kind of hard to distinguish at times. It is, yeah, I mean, they're very good. And I also think that there's a world where, you know, and I think we're pretty good at this, where the different levels of quality can coexist on the same channel.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that, like, you know, one live stream will be like on a on a bike, and another would be like a amazing production. The same for this channel. I think not every special will be like that, but I think having the different vibe for each special really gives it a different feel. As long as the you know, the footage is watchable and the audio is good.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Because I definitely think like that idea is something that was kind of stopping us from producing as many specials as we're trying to do this year. Because like we were constantly thinking of like, okay, how do we one up this next special? How do we keep like getting it better and better and better? And then we suddenly realized like we can't keep doing that, because then otherwise it'll be like several years in between specials, because it would just take so long. And you know, that's why we decided to do like the more simplest stuff, like the kendo special and like, you know, the even the main cafe special to an extent. And you know, we realized like, oh, it's not necessarily all about like doing the best production at times. It's just like, just fucking do it and have fun with it, and hopefully the audience enjoys it.